Hi everyone and welcome back to the Brick Bods. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You join me today for a city update. I was up here a couple of weeks ago and I asked for help on what to do next. I'm definitely trying this year. My New Year's resolution is to do more in the city, get a bit more built up, do some more of the connection points, make it a bit more cohesive. And so that's what I've done for the last 2 weeks. The specific area that I'm tackling is the Chinatown, because I didn't like the way it was looking. It was just all sort of shoved behind the Ninjago city sets, and I want it to be laid out a bit better and look a lot nicer than it does. So that's where I'm focusing. But first, so at the weekend we were up in the Lego room with the girls and Ian was over in this corner and I wasn't entirely sure what he was doing. This is where we keep our ice castle. Excellent set if you want to check out the review of that. I definitely recommend this as a set. But he was working on the staircase coming down from the entrance. And I'm not 100% convinced about it, if I'm honest. I think this part doesn't really look like stairs. It just looks like it needs to come down a lot further. So I might try and give him that feedback. I don't know. It's really hard when you're building with your partner, like, to criticise what they've done, but it looks a little strange. Maybe that's meant to be more of a draw, like a bridge, and maybe if we replace those like slopes with flat tiles then that will be better, but at the moment it just looks a little strange. I quite like the bottom bit. He had it going the other way so the stairs were facing towards the wall, and I just thought that looked a bit strange because you were seeing like the back edge of the stairs, whereas this way it does look a lot better. So it's obviously a first prototype, I'm guessing. There's more work to be done, but I really love his sort of step work here. I think this is a nice sort of organic looking set of steps upwards. So I think we need something slightly different in here to make it look a bit better. But I'm sure he was having fun. That's kind of the point. I'm making mess. Not the point. So I've never actually made a meals plate, but I'm going to guess that pretty much is what I've just done. And I'm not making it because I want it to be sturdy or anything. It is just because I'm trying to match the level of the gate that I've already got. So I've just added a whole bunch of like pretty rubbish bricks actually under here to give that support. And so now I'm up 2 levels and a plate. So I think I can start to build on this and it should hopefully match the gate that I've got. So I've added my little gate from the lion dance set, I think it is, and next I need to try and work out how to add all of my little stalls from the Chinese New Year Temple Fair, but they're all at jaunty angles, so I need to try and work out how to connect them to this base plate. So that's my next job, is getting those onto there. So I started trying to lay out the market stalls, and the one base plate that I had just wasn't going to fit them all in with enough room, so I've extended onto the second base plate. So this is where the gate is going to be, like the entrance to Chinatown is sort of up these steps, and that's why I've raised it all up, because it's got the height here. So I need more plates to try and finish off this base plate here, and I've placed the other gate at the other end, sort of make it kind of mirroring kind of thing, but that's a smaller gate. And I've put 3 of the market stalls, actually no, all 4 of them, so 3 down one side and 1 over here, and it still doesn't really leave much space. I kind of feel like I want to go like another half a base plate out this way, but I'm not sure that will work because I think the train track will be there, because I've also got to try and get in this sort of platform for the lion dance. I've also realised that working in the Lego room is not easy because there's no surfaces to sort of build on, so as you can see I'm on the floor trying to make this work. And also I've got these beautiful trees that if I was to put this in now, like, where's it going to go? There's just no space. So I think I need to go out another level. If I put that, yeah, I mean, it's the point of these lions is that they're meant to dance around. If they've got nowhere to dance, then they're not going to dance around, are they? So I'm really struggling. I've also got this guy that needs to go in as well. So he's the drum player, and I think all the other musicians go on there, so he needs kind of somewhere. I could slot him in this corner maybe. And also I'm trying to work out what to do about the back of this. So it's a great view from that side, but not so much from this side. So I might try and get some parts and, I don't know, prettify the back of this. But I'm not entirely sure where to start. Maybe that's a good starting point, actually. If I take that downstairs, I can kind of see what pieces I might need to extend that and make that look a little more exciting. But yeah, there's just no space. I had one idea that I could maybe put the lions, like, just have a couple in here and put the others on a float, make a new float for the New Year parade. And then I was like, well, where's the New Year parade floats even going? Because they can't go in here. There's no road. So, turns out when you start getting creative, you find lots of problems. And it's a bit stressful. I mean, it still looks way nicer than it was in the city a second ago. They were all just dumped in. So this is definitely an improvement. But I've still got loads of questions that I'd like to answer. So I've been thinking about this structure here. And the intention was always to have it as like the entrance to the Chinatown. You go up the steps and the other side is the Chinatown. And so that's what I was planning. But I had a look and I was trying to work out how to make the back of it look more attractive. And you kind of want to sort of mirror the detailing on the top. But to do that, you're going to lose like a good 3 or 4 studs worth of distance here. And I just don't think I have the real estate for that. So I was thinking about an alternative. And I thought maybe if I take it and put it there instead, without destroying it too much, that actually, from here, like, the docks kind of completely frame that, and I thought that looked so much nicer. So we still are going to need an entrance to the Chinatown, and I figured I could use this piece as my entrance instead, because that actually is double-sided, so there isn't an ugly side to that. And this looks great from this angle. We're not using like the standing hole as a viewing angle. Everything's meant to be viewed from this side of the room. So I think that would work really well. The only thing I've got now is that you go up steps and then you're immediately on a train track. So I'm not 100% sure how to fix that, but I think this is a better option. And what it does mean is that I no longer have to actually go up to get, like, I don't need to raise up my entire base plate level here. This can be a lower down level. So that will save me some plates and some bricks and things. So I'm essentially starting again, but I think it's going to be a bit better option. I guess you can let me know in the comments below if you think it's not the best option, but I'm going to try and lay out again what I've done, but in a slightly different orientation, and see how that fits. Now, I think when I started filming this video, I had grand plans that I was going to make this and finish it off and show you, look, here's my Chinatown area. Turns out this is not how this works. So I've laid out the base plates actually on the table this time. I've got the gate in over there, so that's the double-sided gate, so it looks good from that angle, and from that one. So that one's a good one to have there. I've put this one here, and I really love the way it looks sort of in this frame, but it really doesn't make sense for it to be next to the track. So I'm also considering option C, which is to have it sort of the other end and sort of finish off the area there. So that also looks good from the door viewing angle, less so from by the docks, but I'm unsure still. And obviously we've got the water that comes down from this waterfall here along this table, and that's where these boats are going to go, the Chinese boats, dragon boat race. And so I kind of see that going in here, and this sort of being a water area along here, because obviously you've got the water from Ninjago City. But I'm wondering whether this could sort of act as a step down to the water as well, kind of like a dock kind of bit, but so maybe having the water over here as well. I'm not sure. Maybe doing this whilst Ian's at work and not being able to chat with him is not the best idea, but this is kind of my thing. I do love the Chinatown area. So I'm unsure what to do next. And obviously I've still, if I'm putting this at this end, I still do need to raise it up, because otherwise you go up these steps and just fall down, which I can get away with. I can raise these up as well and raise the whole thing up. I've undone my meals plate now. You can see the shards of it there, but I can put it back, that's fine. But I think I'm probably going to leave this video here with a sort of, I'm planning and I need some help, and hopefully you lot can help me. I am just going to quickly lay back out the market stalls as well, because I think that looks really nice. I'm going to see if I can get those looking good on this base plate and show you that. Okay, so here's the rough layout. I quite like the fact that I've got the line coming out from there. But this does give me kind of what I want. So I've got all the stalls sort of down the side. You're not getting the front view of the stalls, so that's a little disappointing. But obviously I can go in the standing hole, get a better view. That is an option. And the problem with our room is that there is just too many viewing angles. So having some things that do look good from other viewing angles isn't a bad thing. I've got the arch at the end, or the gate at the end, and I put the little stage in with the little drummer in there, and I also have these two trees. So I'm wondering whether I can kind of bring these steps back down again here, have these two trees sort of raised up to kind of hide some of the ugliness of the back of the gate, then have this sort of lower down with the stage area raised, and then I'm thinking maybe also go back up a little bit so that some of the market stalls are at a different height, just to give this sort of the central area feel of where they do the processions and the lion dance. I have remembered that we've got the humpy dragon, as we call him, over there, and having that in this square would be quite nice, but that kind of takes away from the fact that it has to be recessed to make it not look weird, because it's a big sort of tall display there. It's kind of this thick, I think, and that I don't know how I would be able to hide that. I obviously do have a little bit of space there between the base plates and the track, so I could kind of make it slightly wider. I don't want to go into this space because, again, like I said, that was going to be water, and I think I do need to add something to sort of stop people falling into the water, so we might need some walls there. But I think a little bit more width would help make this feel a little less crowded. But it's already looking 10 times better than what we had at the start, which was just all of the pieces just dumped in the middle of the table. So I'm happy with the progress. I just don't know where to go from here. So please comment below any suggestions, what you do like, what you don't like, and help me out here, because this is tricky. Also, if you want to see other city updates, I can leave our city update playlist at the end, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an update. See you later.